Good morning, everyone. My topic for today is about the spirit world. It sounds like a very, not a very unpleasant topic, but I think we should all face it because one day all of us have to go through the path. So what happens when one dies? Is there a spirit world where the souls of the departed go to? There are people who believe that there is a spirit world where those who died go to. But some don't believe that there is such a thing. And you have another group who believe that yes, maybe. Not very sure, but maybe. The materialists and the atheists and the skeptics, for example, they will argue that there's no such a thing. When you die, that's the end of it. The personality just it's just lost. That's the end of the personality. Nothing remains. So kaplut, that's the end. How many of you believe that life goes on? I'm glad you do, because life do go on after the physical death. So when someone dies, it brings home the fact that one day we will all have to die and we will have to go through the path. And I think a lot of people are very scared of taking that step because it is an unknown. They're not quite sure, will I make it? Is there such a thing? And even if you are well prepared, I think there's still an element of fear. But that fear is a programmed fear. It's programmed into our body by the evil usurper or evil god, whatever you call that. So that everyone will feel a little bit of apprehension, even when you are ready, you think you're ready. Most, I would say, majority will still feel a little bit apprehensive. So if you do experience that, don't worry, it will pass when your time comes. When you are ill, for example, the colors of your aura will become dim and dull. Have you seen people who are sick in hospital? Or do you notice the color is dull? When the child is not well, you say, the child is not well. Why? Because you can perceive the color, you can perceive the aura. Some people feel the aura, some people perceive the aura, or some people can feel and perceive the aura. But most people, I think they can feel the aura. You can feel, oh, you're not looking too well today. That's because you're really perceiving the aura. And the aura of a sick person is very dull, becomes dull. And when a person is dying, their aura begins to become less and less bright. It starts the reason being that the aura starts to retreat, draw into the body. So as the light draws more and more into the body, the aura becomes narrower and narrower and become duller and duller until, of course, in the end, at the time of death, it's fully drawn into the body. And that's the end of it. Our human body is run by what you call a grosser type of life force called prana in Sanskrit. And this prana, life force, permeates all the physical body and all the subtle bodies, which include the emotional, the astral, the mental, and the spiritual body. So at the time of death, the life force the aura starts to retreat as the life force becomes less and less and less. So you find the layers start to, let's say from here, they start to go duller, narrower, as I said before, until it completely withdraws at the time of death. So that's the end of it. Now, the part of our body that connects to our physical body is the etheric field. And you can see it around your body. The closest part is the etheric field. You can see as a sort of a whitish or bluish. Some people see it as greenish, depending on whether you're colorblind. And you can see the aura as a symmetrical, like a symmetrical egg shape of light. So when you're very healthy, usually the color is more vibrant and it expands more too. And when you're sick, it contracts more and more until if you're really so sick you can't make it, of course it eventually just withdraws completely. So at the moment, at the time of death, the whole thing retracts, withdraws into the body, and that's the end of it. So there's no more light. You don't see a corpse, for example, that's full of aura, light. It's always dull, isn't it? And the longer it's left there, the worse it looks. And that's because there's no more life force there. So we have gone through that, and now we are coming to the part when death occurs. When death occurs, this thing happened, the light went off. What happens to the spirit or the soul of a person? It goes to the astral world. The astral world is the dimension where the soul or the spirit of a person resides after they have finished with the physical world. So a person is incarnated into the physical, and then when the time is finished, they go to the astral world. Now the astral world is a dimension full of, it's a dimension within a dimension. There are many levels in the astral world. You have the lower astral world, and then it goes up, middle astral, and then higher astral. The higher it goes, the vibration is higher, and the lower it is, the grosser it is. Many people believe that, or they have been taught, for example, that when a person dies, some goes through their ears, some goes through their nose, some goes through their feet, some goes through their solar plexus, depending on how advanced they are. Because they believe that, although we say different chakras are gateways to different dimensions, so they then assume that, and their so-called teachers will teach them that they go through their eyes, they go through their ears, they go through their third eye if they're very highly advanced, very spiritual, and if they're no good, not advanced, they go through their feet, they go through their root chakra and all that. But that's not true. Regardless of whether you're advanced or not, you go through your crown center. That's where you exit. And so when a person dies, they automatically become the citizen of astral world. And so once they go over there, they pass over, very soon they learn that in the astral world, everything is based on thought. You think of a big house, and that's the big house. You think that that's your house. You have your own house in the astral world, your own garden and everything. Of course, it looks prettier than the earthly one because you can say, I don't want weeds, so no weeds. Anyway, and very soon it becomes a sort of game. It's fun. You say, oh, I want balloons, lots of balloons. I want flowers. I don't have to go and weed the garden, plant them. The flowers will be big. Well, I feel like having curry tonight, and there will be the curry on the table. You don't have to cook it. So thought forms. And it's fun for a little while. It's an illusion, you see. So the astral world, in fact, is a place of greater deception than this place. It's greater because everything is so subtle. Here, in the astral, you feel so you have more power. You can do this, you can do it, and no one is going to complain about you, and no one is going to stop you unless there are other circumstances. So you feel you are in charge. And of course, an astral being tends to indulge themselves with that. And they might for a while want to visit the people at home and see how they get on and all that. And some do go through a time when they are in a deep sleep, so-called. That's really a stage when they are making their transition. The quicker you can make a transition, the quicker you wake up. And the longer the people who have been very sick, for example, may go through a longer period of recuperation and all that. And the more knowledge you have, the quicker you wake up from your so-called slumber. So whatever it is, everyone do wake up eventually. But there is such a thing called lost souls. Now, what is a lost soul? A lost soul is a being or a spirit who is caught in between worlds, between the astral and the physical.